Welcome to Fall in Line Podcast. If you guys could please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. That's where the magic happens, right behind me. Enjoy the show. What is up? Welcome to another episode of Fall in Line Podcast. I'm Ross. I'm here with my guys TT and Austin. What's up, fellas? Let them know how we're feeling after this week's podcast.
I feel all right. I mean, my Cardinals battled some injuries the past week, so it was a difficult game, but it wasn't one that I was super disappointed in. And after I seen how many injuries we actually had, I kind of expected it, but we did still hang in there, which I liked.
I'm kind of the opposite. I am very upset with my outcome of my game. The Lions were better the entire game until the last minute of the game. On the road in a division game where if you want to make a culture change, that's the win you have to have. Unfortunately, it didn't fall that way. I still am happy with the direction the Lions are going in. But yeah, it's a little rough personally for my teams. But Austin, how you feeling about yours?
It was a tough game, but that was expected. I'm just glad with Mac Jones, it's nothing too serious. I hope he can play next week, and I hope he's fine, but it's not looking too good.
It's looking like he might be out for a little bit.
Yeah.
So before we move on to talking about last week's games with our preference of most surprising teams and most impressive teams, we do have to talk about our pick'em. With that being said, your boy ADEC20 has stolen the W belt with a great record of 12-4, while TT and I ended at 10-6. TT was 8-8. Austin, congratulations, brother. What do you want to say for yourself? Go ahead and gloat. Do whatever you got to do.
This is one of many. I just want to let you guys know this is here to stay.
All right. Well, the record is still 2 dubs for your boy. Austin just cut the lead in half with 1 dub. TT is still sitting there at the good old bagel.
Last, and I think every week too. I don't know what I did to football.
I did hit my lock. I had the Eagles. You two did not hit your locks, so you guys are sitting. Austin sitting at 0-3. TT sitting at 0-3. I am sitting there at 2-1. TT, why don't you go ahead and say who's 2-0?
2-0.
Yeah, your dad.
Oh, my dad is 2-0. That's
Yeah.
right. Totally forgot. He with some crazy picks.
Yeah.
Some crazy picks. Miami was his first one, and then
Miami was this week.
Or Miami's was this
Miami
week, and then the Bills was week 1. But I mean, the Bills wasn't necessarily a crazy pick, but
I mean they were favored on the road, and he was just like, yeah, lock it, 3.5
lock
point
it
favorites.
with the spread
Yeah,
too.
he was not.
He was very confident in that, and he was very. When I talked to him on the phone about it, I was like, "You're really taking Miami." He was confident in that pick too.
Yeah.
He's got the luck. His son sure doesn't. So
We also got a W out of our guy Tank. He picked Bears money line. That was a great pick, Tank. Good job. I don't think there was any other winners.
Bears covered the spread too, huh?
Yeah. So I apologize if I forgot. Again, this week, same thing. Comment below. We have so many people in the drawing now. It's a $50 Amazon gift card. Continue to pick. Continue to be with us here. We're having a blast with this. Like I said, you guys just have to beat one of us, and you're already beating those two, and I'm getting beat as well by your dad. So, we need to bounce back here. But yeah, comment to enter the drawing. It's very simple. Oh, actually, I did forget. My brother Max picked Lions to cover the 6 points, and they did. And then my cousin Andrew also picked the Lions, so you guys also hit. But yeah, let's move on. Let's go a quick Week 3 recap here. Let's do our most surprising win of Week 3. I'll go ahead and start. Pretty simple pick for me. I'm picking the Colts. The Colts beating the Chiefs. We were all on this podcast. We were done with the Colts. We were over it. They did not look the part the first few weeks, and of course they come into this game and beat the Chiefs. No one expected it. It's kind of been the tale of this season. It's been a lot of upsets and a lot of surprising picks. But the Colts are my surprising pick.
Yep, mine as well. I mean, they were 0-1 going against a hot Kansas City Chiefs team, and I just did not see it coming at all.
No.
My surprise wasn't that they weren't underdogs in the game. It was going to be the Vikings. It's more of the fact that you look so bad against the Eagles. Awful. I think Darius Slay played wide receiver more than the Vikings wide receivers did.
Yeah.
But you come back and then 4 quarters, all the way through, halfway through the fourth quarter, you got the Lions whooping on you basically, and then the Vikings end up winning in the end. I think it was a bit surprising to me.
Yeah.
For them just to come back, which, kind of shocked me.
Yeah. I agree. That one was tough. I felt the Lions were the better team the entire game, but that's not how it works out. Most impressive win. So I am going with the Dolphins. I mean,
that was mine too.
I mean, you have to. I mean, we were up here saying, they're facing a team that we think is going to go undefeated. We're all gassing up the Bills and all that. They're in division.
Yeah.
It's an impressive win.
Yeah. Well, you're also facing I thought it was kind of an ugly game, in some aspects, but also you're looking at a very hurt defense.
Yeah.
But
it took some blows for sure.
So,
when I saw Tua go out, I did not have high hopes because I picked the Dolphins last week, and I thought I had Tua in a fantasy football league as well, so I thought I was done there, but he ended up coming back and winning them the game. So huge divisional game.
Yeah.
For the Dolphins, they kind of
it's a big win.
Shook that division up.
They're showing that they're for real, and if it wasn't known before, it's known now. They are legit. But yeah, let's leave that in the past. Did you go?
No.
Who was yours? My
The
bad.
Jags.
Jags.
I was surprised neither one of you guys thought of the Jags at all.
Yeah, I actually did slip my mind, but yeah, that's a great pick.
And it wasn't like surprising that they won. I kind of realized after what they did to the Colts that they had a chance.
Yeah.
But it was more the fact that they won 38-10 against a Chargers team that honestly I thought was gonna go pretty far.
I mean, we
right
all
now.
picked them, and they still can.
They still can.
Sunday.
Very early in the season. The Chargers are flagged by injuries, but even with those guys, I don't know if they win that game still. I mean, the Jags look almost dominant in that game. Sunshine's starting to look like a quarterback, man.
Yeah,
So
he's good. All right, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off there. But yeah, let's leave that in the past. Let's move on to the week 4 here. Starting with another. I mean, they are killing it this year with the Thursday night matchups. Let's go Dolphins at Bengals. Bengals favored by 3.5 in this one, which kind of caught me off guard.
Yeah.
After seeing the Dolphins' performance this year, I don't know if they know something about Tua that we don't know.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But why don't you go ahead and kick us off, TT?
This one's up in the air. If Tua plays, I think the Dolphins will win. If Tua doesn't play, I'm going to go Bengals. But right now, I don't think Tua's going to miss this game. Obviously, he comes back. Who knows, because they got the investigation going on. They might make him sit or something. Crazy things can happen in the NFL. We'll go with Tua playing this week. I'm going to take the Dolphins just because the Bengals only have beaten the Jets and still haven't looked great to me yet this season. The Dolphins are one of our last undefeated team.
No, they're the Eagles.
The Eagles. Sorry, yeah. AFC team. So
just to touch on that investigation. So why don't you give us a little bit of background on that investigation?
Yeah.
He was on the injury report as a back. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, as a guy who's had a lot of concussions. He rocked his head, and basically it sounds like he almost skipped concussion protocol.
That's what they're investigating right now.
They're investigating that he skipped concussion protocol, never went through any of the steps he was supposed to with the team doctor, and then the team doctor signed him off and said he was good to play, which is illegal in the NFL. Team could be fined.
Yep.
Tua could be suspended. Doctor could lose his license.
I think it's more or less not the fact that they didn't say he had a concussion, it's the fact that they just straight up listed it as a back injury when everyone saw him hit his head and get up stumbling. So
right.
I mean,
and then let him come right back in.
Yeah.
When hitting his head, he was supposed to go through.
Right.
That's just it's something you can't do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're playing with someone's life.
Yeah.
So I'll go next. I'm taking the Bengals in this one. I think now that the Bengals have a win underneath their belt, they beat a kind of bad Jets team, but now that they got that win, I think they can get going on a little hot streak now and get back to how they looked last season. So
I too am going with the Bengals for the same reasons that Austin just said. I think now that they got that out of the way and they're settled in, they're figuring themselves out, they're starting to get their offense going a little bit here. I'm gonna go Bengals as well at home. I think it's going to be rocking. It's a primetime game, and they're coming out in the all-white unis. They got the white helmets and everything. I saw that, and I was like,
nasty.
I saw that, and I was like, they're going to be ready to go.
Yeah.
So I'm going Bengals in this one, too. And also, let's be real, Another thing, no one's going undefeated in this NFL season.
Mm-hmm.
So a loss, this is a game I see the Dolphins can lose. But yeah, that's our Thursday night picks. So let's move on to the Sunday noon games, starting with the Vikings at Saints. Vikings favored by 3 in this one. I'll start this one because I think that I'm going with the Saints in this one because I think that the Saints are at home. I think they're a tough team at home. We've seen that in years past. I watched the Vikings this season. I do not think that they're as good as advertised just yet.
Mm-hmm.
I think that offense is in a little bit of a funk. And I think the only way they win this game is if Justin Jefferson goes off, and he has not been lately, and he's not going to be met with any nicer defense coming up this week against the Saints. So I'm going Saints in this one.
Yeah, I'm going Saints as well. Just with the way the NFL season's been going, everything's lined up for the Vikings to win this one, coming off a win. But with everything been going, I'm taking Saints. I think they come out and Jameis gets a win.
So another injured quarterback in this game with Jameis Winston.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the fracture in his back between the 1 and 4 vertebrae or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's affecting him. He did throw for 300-something yards.
Yeah.
But still, I think it's still affecting him. They couldn't get the ball in the end zone. I don't know what it was. I took the Saints as my lock last week, and they upset me. Losing to the Panthers, who I think aren't that good of a team. So I'm going to go Vikings here. I think that they have a game where they take the early lead, continue the lead, and then the Saints just can't play well from behind. We found out this past week. So
Yeah, but you got to be careful of that Vikings secondary.
Yeah.
All right, good. We're getting a little bit of difference here.
Yeah.
All right, let's go Browns at Falcons. Browns favored by 1.5 in this game. And again, I know I say this every week. These lines are at the time of the podcast. They are subject to change, so don't take these lines to heart. If we say a line and we say something and when you're watching this video it's different because the injury happened, we apologize, but we do have to go off the lines as they are right now. But yeah, Browns at Falcons. Browns favored by 1.5.
I'm going Cleveland here. I think the Falcons just cannot stop that two-headed monster in the backfield. Jacoby's looked decent. Amari Cooper's been coming on a little bit, and who knows if Myles Garrett's going to play after being in a car accident. They said it was mild, and he has some shoulder issues going on, but I think that he plays, and I think that they come out with the win against a sketchy Falcons team.
I'm going to take the Browns also. I don't think it's going to be that high of a scoring of a game. I like the Browns' defense better. I think that's what it really comes down to in this game, even without Myles Garrett. I don't think the Falcons are going to move the ball that well. With the Browns, they just keep it on the ground. Mm-hmm. So I would take the Browns this week.
Yeah, I'm going with the Browns as well. I really do enjoy how good of a team the Browns are, even when they don't have their franchise quarterback in there.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they're a really well-rounded team. We all know the bad loss that they had against the Jets, but I mean, we've seen them play, and they've looked like the better team in almost every game they've played so far. So I have no reason to believe that's going to change this week. I think the Browns win this game. All right, Commanders at Cowboys. Cowboys favored by 3 at home. I'm going Cowboys. I haven't seen anything out of the Commanders that give me any confidence in picking them right now. So pretty simple as that. I'm going Cowboys. I think that they did unlock a lot of fluidity with CeeDee Lamb last night. I think they looked very fluid with him in the second half after a frustrating first half. Being a CeeDee Lamb fantasy owner, I do know that he's had his ups and downs, but he had that big drop, and then the second half just went off. So I think that carries over, and I like the two-headed monster they have in their backfield with Pollard and Zeke.
Yeah, so I'm going to go Cowboys also. Dak Prescott sounds like he's coming back this week.
Does he really?
Yeah, so it sounds like it doesn't...
Hot take alert.
He said no, probably not.
No?
Week 4.
Take back the hot take alert.
No, well...
It'll come back week 5.
They said he got his stitch out. His big stitch was out. He said he's not going to rule anything out, but they've already ruled him out, it says.
Yeah.
Well, we'll say Cooper Rush is still there. He's looked good.
Yeah, he's looked good.
I think the Giants are better than the Commanders, and they seem to have their way with the Giants last night, so I got the Cowboys in this one. Tony Pollard I don't know if you guys remember the first episode we had. I told you he was going to take over this team. Last night, I think he started taking over our team.
So far, so good. Absolutely.
So, yeah, he broke off some big ones, and Tony Pollard has a good game this week, and Cowboys win by a lot.
We fact check on this podcast. That boy Austin.
Yeah, I'm going Cowboys as well. I mean, I watched a little bit of the Eagles-Commanders game, and Wentz was on his back every single time I popped it open. So, I mean, with Micah Parsons in there blitzing, I think Wentz doesn't have a chance. And with the Cowboys secondary and how good that defense has been, I think that Cowboys pull this one off. So,
yeah. Cowboys down the board. Yeah. All right, Seahawks at Detroit Lions. Lions favored by 6 in this game, which I didn't do any research on this, but that's got to be the biggest favorite they've been in a long, long time. So with that being said, I'm taking the Lions 100%. I do think this is a game that they win. They've looked more than good enough to win a game like this year. They looked like a completely different team so far this year, and they look like a good team this year. I know the record says 1-2, but that is not how they've been playing. We've already talked about them against the Vikings twice now. I don't need to keep reiterating that. But I think them coming home with a bad taste in their mouth, I think that's enough for them to take this win here.
Yeah, I'm just not a believer in the Seahawks. I like the Lions in this one. Seahawks are coming off a bad loss to the Falcons. And I think the Lions are just the overall better team. So, I'm going Lions.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's really a believer in the Seahawks. You know, they're I don't even know if they're in rebuild mode. I don't know what they're doing necessarily. Like I said, the Lions should have won the game last week. That would have put you guys at 3-0, right?
No, 2-1.
2-1?
Yeah, we lost to the Eagles.
That's right.
38-35.
That's right, sorry. Lions, I think you guys are like top 5 in the league in scoring this year so far.
Yeah, we're top 3, yeah.
Top 3, yeah. So, I mean, you guys have looked good.
Defense is bottom 3.
Should have finished the game off last week. I like the Lions. I like them big.
I do want to point out one thing about the Lions, though, is that they do have some very key injuries. Tracy Walker, the captain of the defense, tore his Achilles, so he's out. Aiden Hutchinson's battling a thigh contusion, so he's been limited a little bit in practice. Amon-Ra St. Brown has an ankle injury, so he might be out, and then DeAndre Swift is most likely out for a few weeks until the bye week. So there are some key injuries there.
I hope St. Brown's not out. He's my fantasy sleeper monster.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, if you ever see this podcast, you're a dog. You're a pit bull. Let's go.
You are winning me games. I am 3-0 because of you, Cooper Kupp, and Nick Chubb.
Oh, yeah. All right. Sorry, my fandom came out right there. All right, let's go Titans at Colts. Colts -3. Austin, why don't you go ahead and start us out on this one?
Yeah, well, pass me that Haley because the Colts are
going
to bounce back this week and get the dub, win by more than a field goal. I think they need to have a bounce back week, and playing this division game with the Titans coming off a win, I think the Colts need to have a win if they want to keep the season alive. So I'm going Colts as my lock.
Let me get a little Lee Corso going right here. Not so fast, my friend. I am going Titans in this one, actually. I think that they finally remembered that they have Derrick Henry on their team. It's probably a guy you want to use, which they did last week, and look how well they played. So I'm going Titans in this one. I'm still not there with the Colts. They have to earn a little bit more of my trust back. I know they had a big win against the Chiefs, but not there yet. I think the Titans, who also have no reason for me to believe in them, but I think that now that they're like, okay, let's start to ride Derrick Henry again, I think that that's going to be a good move by them.
Is Darius Leonard back yet?
That's what I was just looking at. It says he's still questionable. So
I thought he would be playing by now. I thought he was supposed to play last week.
Yeah.
Apparently he didn't.
You go by Shaq Leonard now?
Shaq Leonard.
Come on now.
Sorry.
More respectful here.
Both surprising wins last week. Not a lot of people probably picked them. Both two of the top running backs in the league. I love Taylor Moore just because he's a Wisconsin boy. I'm going to go Colts here. Just because of the fact that I think their defense is better than the Titans. And it really comes down to who has the ball last year. I mean, because you just run the clock out and kick a field goal.
Who has the ball last in the 13-13 game?
13-13 game and win 16-13 or something like that. So that's what it's going to come down to. I think the Colts win this one. So,
all right, let's go Bears at Giants. Giants favored by 3.5 in this game. I'm going Giants. I think Saquon is taking this season to heart. I think that he's playing out of his mind right now. But it's not out of his mind. It's what we expect. Saquon's this type of talent, and he can do this. The Bears, man, they got to figure out how to use Justin Fields. I don't know, and I don't know if they're putting him in a bad position. I don't watch enough Bears games, but if I'm not liking what I'm seeing out of them drafting him, he's not.
Bear fans are mad.
I mean, he's not playing the role. I mean, it's not what they expected, I would assume, and so I got to go Giants in this one. Giants have looked very good with Saquon, and Daniel Jones has not looked that bad either.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm going Giants.
Yeah, I'm going Giants as well. I think the Giants that we saw last night against the Cowboys are not the actual Giants. I think the Giants that played the first couple weeks of the season are the more likely actual Giants. Saquon has flashed. Daniel Jones is bad. And now they have Kayvon Thibodeau back, who didn't have too good of a game last game, but, I mean, he's back, so...
He's there. He's got to get his feet wet.
Yeah. I think not having David Montgomery is going to affect Chicago.
Yeah. I like the Giants in this. I watch all the Bear games, obviously, My whole family's Bear fans. None of them are happy with the play calling going on in Chicago. None of them are happy with really anything going on in Chicago. Mm-hmm. Justin Fields still just can't throw the ball. The play calling's awful.
I saw one video of him missing Equinemius St. Brown for a wide open touchdown, and it turned into an interception.
Mm-hmm. Petrie picked him off twice and has the same amount of receptions as Cole Kmet now this season. So that goes who everyone thought Cole Kmet would be one of your leading receivers on the team. That's just not good. And I don't know what they're doing, the front office and coaching is doing with him, but I got to go the Giants here with Saquon. He has a huge game, and the Bears secondary hasn't looked that good either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's go Jags at Eagles. Probably didn't think I would say this at the beginning of the year, but this is a very interesting game with how the Jags are playing. But Austin, why don't you go ahead and start us off on this one?
So I think this is a potential Super Bowl matchup. Might be a little bit of a hot take there, but
100% hot take.
I still think the Jags still have a little bit of Jags in them, though, and I think the Eagles come out and win this game. I think they just have a lot more talent on their team. Those wide receivers look amazing with Devontae Smith showing up, A.J. Brown, and then Jalen Hurts is making a little MVP run as well, so I'm going Eagles.
You just said Super Bowl.
Hot take alert, baby.
Yeah, very hot take alert. But, I mean, he's wearing the belt, so. I'm going to go Eagles. I think the Eagles are, right now, the most impressive team of the season, I would say. Jalen Hurts, I didn't know if he could throw the ball or not. I thought he was in the same category as Justin Fields, but he's proven me wrong. I had a lot of doubt in the guy, and he's making his case for MVP. The running game's there, the passing game's there. The defense had 9 sacks against the Commanders last week. So I got to say Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, Jags have been playing great football. Eagles have been playing better. I'm going Eagles. It's that simple.
Yeah.
All right. Jets at Steelers. Steelers favored by 3.5 here. I really like the Steelers at home. I like their defense at home against that Jets team. Again, another thing with that, I know I mentioned it before with the Lions. I think the Steelers have a bad taste in their mouth as well right now. I think that they're ready to come home and get a win. So I got the Steelers in this one winning.
I think this could be possibly a Kenny Pickett week. A lot of fans are calling for Mitch Trubisky's head and the coaching staff's head right now. I feel
Hot take alert.
They're just like, it's crazy because the play calling of the Steeler fans that I know just checking like my feed or something, it's like you can't win a game with the dump and dive. You can't win a game like that. And a lot of them are mad. TJ Watt is still out, I believe, right?
Yep.
So Jets are going to win this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of an upset here going. I'm going to take the Jets.
I don't think it's a huge upset. I'm going with the Jets as well.
Wow.
TJ Watt out. Devin Bush is still questionable, I believe. And then Minka Fitzpatrick as well. So if they have all those guys out on defense, Offense still has Najee, but I just like the Jets winning this one. Hate to say it, but I'm going.
I got a question for you guys. If Najee is on a team,
Pats.
a better team, we'll say, with a better offensive line, do you think he is like, say he's with the Colts or something? Do you think he's in the same position as like a Jonathan Taylor?
If he was on the Lions right now, he'd be a top back in the league.
You think he would be?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I just don't think that they have the offensive line there in
No,
Pittsburgh.
We have DeAndre Swift as one of the top backs in the league right now.
I don't think Swift's like an underdog or anything. I think he's...
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that offensive line. I mean, I think Swift is talented enough, but I'm saying like Swift is like a scat back where he needs to not get touched, not get hit right away.
Yeah.
And Najee can play that role, and he can run through someone's face.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think if he's in a better situation, and he will get there, I think Najee's gonna be one of the best running backs in the league eventually. All right, Bills at Ravens. Bills favored by 3.5. Go ahead, Austin.
Man, this is going to be a good game. This is a potential AFC conference, AFC championship game right here. But I do think the Bills are just the better team, and they're going to be upset that they lost last week with how that game ended. Just awful clock management at the end of that game. I think the Bills come back and have bad blood in their mouth and get this win. So.
Yeah, Dorsey was mad. The offense coordinator was mad.
Oh, yeah.
He was
It's an understatement.
Yeah.
He was fuming.
Oh man. Yeah, bad clock management right there. But I got to go with the Bills also. Like you said, they're gonna be pissed. The Ravens defense, I don't think is good enough to hold that offense at all, and the Ravens offense can stall out very easily here and there. We've seen it when they lost to the Dolphins. They stalled out the whole second half. So I'm gonna go Bills.
Yeah, I'm going Bills as well. They need a big bounce back game. I think that's this game. So
Yeah.
I'm going Bills as well. Chargers at Texans. Chargers favored by 4.5 in this game, which I think that's only 4.5 because how bad they looked last week, and they might in this Justin Herbert injury might be a little bit more glaring than people thought. But I'm personally going Chargers in this game, and I think that they do even cover the spread. It is kind of a toss-up what Chargers team you get this year, but I'm going Chargers in this game, and I think that they cover the spread.
Yeah, I am as well. I think beginning of the season, this would be a 10-point spread, but because of everything you just mentioned, it's a little bit closer, but I still think they just have way too much talent on that defense to not be able to contain that Texans offense, which has not much. So that's good.
I'm going Chargers, but I feel like I'm sitting here thinking of the next few games we have, and I don't know why, but I feel like I know who your lock's going to be. So can you pass me the hammer?
You know who my lock's going to be?
I think I do.
Let's go. Come on.
Chargers, lock. They're going to be upset after what happened last week. That's not the Chargers. I don't know. Mike Williams got hurt, it sounded like, too. Keenan Allen, I don't know what his deal is. It doesn't matter when you have a quarterback like Justin Herbert. I still believe Herbert is a top-tier quarterback in this league. You got Austin Eckler. Defense has got to be there. Texans are also the Texans. They just lost to the Bears in a game they really should have won at the end, but you got the Chargers as my lock of the week.
All right. Well, let's go to the late afternoon game, starting with the Cardinals at Panthers. Panthers favored by 1.5 in this one. So, I guess you did call me out. I'm calling my own number here. I'm doing my lock of the week right now, and it's Cardinals plus 1.5. I think they win the game straight up. I'm doing hammer lock of the week, Cardinals money line.
Wow.
I think Cardinals win this game. I think they're the better team. I'm not fooled by the Panthers' performance against the Saints. I've seen the Cardinals play, and they are iffy, but they're better than the Panthers.
The Panthers wasn't necessarily even like fooled by their play. It wasn't that they went crazy.
The Saints played bad.
The Saints played bad, and the Panthers just played good enough to win. That's what it was.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my lock of the week, baby. Cardinals, don't let me down.
Yeah, I'm going with the Cardinals as well. I think they're a lot better than what they showed last week, and Panthers are not as good as what they showed last week. So I think they kind of figured out, and eventually that Arizona defense has to wake up. So I think this is the week to do it.
I love when y'all pick my boys, man. Puts a smile on my face. The Cardinals defense definitely got to wake up. So does the offense. We didn't score against the Rams. We got a lot of injuries that happened last week, but it sounds like we have some of those guys back. I mean, last week we had really 4 of our 5 starting wide receivers out. We were down to our 5th, 6th, and 7th string wide receivers. We had 2 guys up from the practice squad. Kyler Murray still threw for over 300. Still looked good. Couldn't put the ball in the end zone, which was a little skeptical. But I can't go against my boys. Cardinals, easily, I think, actually.
Yeah, I think the offensive line needs to step up most of all because every single time Kyler's going off his back foot and he just has no time.
Yeah. He needs to step up too.
Yeah.
All right. Patriots at Packers. Packers favored by 10.5 in this game at home. Yeah. Austin, plug your ears because I got the Packers winning this game big.
Yeah.
I know Hoyer is an NFL guy. He's been there for a long time. He's ran that offense for a long time. But losing Mac Jones is huge. Packers looked good against the Bears, and then they followed up with a great performance against the Buccaneers. Going on the road and beating the Buccaneers is a huge accomplishment. So, yeah, I'm going Packers.
Yeah, I'm going Packers as well. I hate to say it. But, Mac Jones isn't out completely yet, but I kind of hope we just sit him and
It'd be the smart thing to do.
Yeah,
he's doubtful.
We'll take the L this week and come back the following week. So
whoa!
I'm going Packers.
Following week's against your boys over here.
Oh yeah, actually.
Is it Zappy or Hoyer?
It's Hoyer.
It is Hoyer.
Hoyer's been their backup for like 5 years.
Yeah, no, for sure. I would like to see Zappy play.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
Depends what the score is.
I got the Packers winning though. The Packers are just better. Yeah. Even if Mac Jones plays, I think I'm sorry, man. I'd still probably take the Packers. Rodgers really seems to start liking Alan Lazard and Dobbs.
Yeah, he likes
Dobbs. He's really starting to like that kid. He's fast. Randall Cobb stepped up in this game too a couple times, and the defense looked good. So Jair will be playing. It sounds like. I got the Packers.
Yeah, it's tough because the Packers went and beat TB12 last week, and now they're going to beat Bill this week. So
yeah,
and you went against TB12 though.
Yeah, but that got me this.
Yeah, it did. All right, Broncos at Raiders. Raiders favored by 2. TT, why don't you go ahead?
Dude, the Broncos are they even playing football?
I think Wilson.
I don't get it. You pay a guy. Was it? He made
$235.
Okay. Yeah. Why is he not playing? I mean, he's doing. I yelled at Kyler last week because he wasn't playing like a $230 million quarterback. Mm-hmm. You're making $5 million more. I mean, dude.
Yeah.
Let's go. You got to do something. Your wife was in the booth. Looked like she was embarrassed to be seen with you, man. Step it up, dude. I think the Raiders get their first win this week. The Raiders just...
I
don't know. I just don't like the Broncos' offense. The defense finally seemed to step up against the Niners, though, who don't have a good offense either. So,
yeah, I'm going Raiders as well. Shout out to my guy, Patois. Shout out to Garrett the Rapper on Instagram. You want any business, go through him. Get your car wrapped or anything wrapped. That's my guy. I'm going Raiders -2 there. That wasn't an ad. He's just my boy. But yeah, no, the Raiders are too good of a team to not have a win. So
yeah,
they win this one. I got them. And like you said, what are the Broncos doing? I don't know. I'm not a fan of what Russell Wilson's doing over there. So
before you go, I do want to say one more thing. This shows that when Hackett was with Rodgers, that Hackett had nothing to do. I mean, you can see it. The play calling was by Rodgers, man.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, because Hackett's play calling is god awful right now.
Yeah, Las Vegas is just way too good of a team to not have a win, and I think they definitely get a win this week. Wilson just has no excuses. He has good wide receivers, a good backfield. Las Vegas by a mile. All
right, Sunday Night Football. Let's go. It's a great game. Chiefs at Buccaneers. Chiefs favored on the road by 2.5 here. Chiefs had a terrible loss last week, losing to the Colts. No one expected that to happen. But yeah, give me them losing again this week. I got the Buccaneers at home winning this game. They had a big loss as well, and not often you see Brady lose 2 big games in a row. So
Same with Mahomes.
I'm going. I know. Yeah, same with Mahomes. You're right, but I'm going with the GOAT in this one.
Yeah, so this is the Madden 22 game. Both these QBs will be on the cover of Madden 22, but I think the young GOAT beats the old GOAT in this one. I think Mahomes takes the win. He's just better defense.
I think you've gone against Brady every week.
Yeah, eventually he's got to slow down.
I don't know.
I
don't know.
Eventually.
He led a team with no wide receivers last week back into the game.
Yeah.
To me, Brady's the GOAT, man. I don't know. I can't recall the last time I watched him lose back-to-back games. Mahomes, you're there, man. You're there, but you ain't no Brady, man. I'm sorry. I personally also like the Buccaneers' defense better. He gets a couple of his wide receivers back. Mike Evans comes out, and his head is going to be on fire.
He's going to be fresh, dude. He's going to be fresh.
Head on fire. 2 tutties. Let's go.
All right. Sweet. All right, then we move on to Monday Night Football. Another good game. This game surprised me here. Rams at 49ers. 49ers favored by 2.5 in this game over the defending Super Bowl champs.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, this line confused me, as I just mentioned. Defending champs. And the Niners, they haven't shown me anything. That game that they just played against the Broncos was the ugliest game I've seen in probably my entire life. Yep. So I'm going Rams in this game. I think that they win. They're defending champs. They're the better team. And this will probably come back to bite me in the butt, but that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah, same. I'm going with LA as well. With how that game looked Sunday night, it was just Jimmy G looked awful, and you
ran
kind
out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah. Just no. You could kind of tell why Shanahan went with Lance after that game because there was just nothing there. D-Row couldn't get going. I think LA just has more talent, and they end up winning this game.
Yeah, so as an NFC West fan, I watch the Niners a lot. They have a lot of problems beating people in our division. The Cardinals, I think we've swept them back-to-back seasons. The Rams have swept them, the Rams lost to them once last year. But still, they still have a lot of problems with the NFC West. I got the Rams winning. I think it's a little disrespectful. The Niners just lost in one of the ugliest games I've ever watched played in my life.
Yeah, that was bad.
So, give me the Rams. I think they win it, and I think they're going to be a little pissed by the spread. So, I think they win by 10 at least.
So, all of us taking the underdogs.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, well, with that being said, boys, shout out to Golden Tate.
Shout out to TJ Huzmanzada.
Shout out to Joe Montana.
Dang, you love going the legendary quarterback.
Yeah.
All right. Give me that dang helmet. We're out of here with another week with the boys. Fall in Line Podcast.
This will be back.
Thank you guys for tuning in. That belt's mine after this. Let's get it. Like, subscribe, get your comments in there. Peace. We're out of here.